Hi everyone. So I'm about to hop on a video call with someone. He's a friend, and I'll let him introduce himself in more detail in the video. But basically, he lives in Kathmandu in Nepal, and I met him about 2 years ago during the International Dojo Shukden conference in Kathmandu, Nepal. So someone that we met at the conference introduced him to us as a Nepali translator, potential Nepali translator, and since that time, it's moved past work. Now we are friends. So I wanted to talk to him and introduce you guys to him as well, so that you can hear firsthand how things are going in Nepal, and also meet our Nepali editor, who has been instrumental in helping us to get the Nepali version of tsemrinpoche.com up and running. You guys may not be aware, or maybe you'll be very happy to hear the story. Maybe you know the story and would be very happy to hear it again. But tsemrinpoche.com in Nepali was launched about a year ago, and in that time has had quite an impact. A friend of mine, another friend of mine, was actually circumambulating in Bodhana Stupa, and during this time he bumped into someone that he hadn't met for a very, very long time. So this friend bumped into an acquaintance, and then the acquaintance said to him, hey, how are you? How have you been? I haven't seen you for so long. And just the normal small talk. And then as they were catching up and all that, then this acquaintance said to my friend, hey, you know what? Did you see this blog that was written, that's published by a Tibetan Lama in Nepali? It's really, really good. And so my friend kind of feigned ignorance. He was like, no, I don't know what blog you're talking about. Well, what blog is this? What Lama is this? And then this acquaintance of his said, oh, I really need to show you. So the acquaintance whips out his phone, gets onto the browser, and the acquaintance pulls up tsemrinpoche.com in Nepali. This person has no idea that my friend is aware of us, has no idea about any of that. He has no idea about any connection whatsoever. He's just a random guy on the street somewhere, and even he has come across tsemrinpoche.com in Nepali, and the acquaintance said that this Tibetan Lama explains things in Buddhism so clearly that it's all in his native language, that he now understands what it is that all of the gumbas and all of the monasteries and all of the lamas in Nepal are doing, because oftentimes many things are conducted in Tibetan, so he doesn't have access to information. And so having tsemrinpoche.com in Nepali has been a huge resource for him. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys, because it's a very nice encouragement and nice indicator that the effort that has been put into translating Rinpoche's works into Nepali and into Tibetan is having an effect, is having an impact. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted the first person that I introduced to all of you to be the Nepali editor for tsemrinpoche.com in the Nepali language. So I'm gonna hop on this video call with him now and record it and enjoy.
My name is Rochak. I am from Nepal. I am a musician as well as an editor in Kechara's Nepali blog. So and this is, I don't know, almost 40 days of lockdown here in Nepal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's the name of the band, by the way?
Hey, the band that I am in is called Pahelo Batti Muni, which is a Nepali phrase, and it directly translates to under the yellow light.
Because
like under the yellow light, because when we're starting out, there used to be a lot of load shedding, which means like power cuts in Nepal, like up to 16-18 hours per day of power cuts. And when we practiced, we had our guitars and we had to like light a candlelight on top of our shells just to see what we were doing. And we just liked that ambience very much, and we just decided to name the band after that ambience.
I'm sure you've been asked that question so many times. What does the name of your band mean? Like,
yeah.
every interview.
I know the perfect response for it already. So
It's like a soundbite in your head.
yeah. Someday I think I will record it, and then just like whenever someone asks, I will just like play it in my phone. You know?
Dude, you should save it as your ringtone.
Yeah. So my band is called.
My band is called Pahano Batimuni, and it's because. Hey, what's that behind you?
That one.
Yeah, what posters are those? Oh, is that the guru?
This is Tara and the lineage.
Oh, the one that Rinpoche that you got from here, right?
Yeah,
Ah, okay. How are you?
I'm good. I've
Hey,
got the here in my table here.
oh,
This.
that's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, how's everything?
Yeah, everything is good except for the fact that
Yeah.
everything is very strange. No,
Yeah.
everything else is okay.
I heard that the lockdown in Nepal is ending tomorrow. Is that true?
We'll have to see tomorrow because like they usually extend on the last day.
Oh.
So we don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Ours over here, they leave it till like 1 week before the end of our lockdown, before they announce it, and then they announce another 2-week extension.
No. Here they always announce it either on the day before or right on the day.
So how many times have they extended it already for you guys?
3-4 times.
Okay. Yeah. I think we're on our 4th extension now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've done like 40 days. We have another 16 to go, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
How has it been?
There's news of everything is, I guess, okay. There's news of at least like like Kathmandu opening up, even if it's not to the outside world. They're thinking that just to open inside the Kathmandu Valley, because like most of people are not coming in anyway.
Yeah.
So they're thinking of that, but I don't know if it will work or if it will happen.
But if they open it, surely people will start leaving, and then whoever has it in the city will carry it out, no?
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if that's the right decision, but there's a rumor.
Yeah. So what have you been doing to keep busy? Please say editing. Please say editing.
Well, I've been doing some editing, to be fair, after I talked to you.
Yeah.
And rest of it is more just keeping myself, sane, I guess. I'm trying to I've just joined this online singing class.
Oh.
And like it's been 2 weeks, and I've been doing that, and playing a little bit of guitar, trying to read up, just like trying to stay active,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much spending all your time in your room. You're not like wandering around the house.
No. Just if I'm wandering, I'm just like going up to the kitchen to eat, and then just into the terrace, or kitchen to eat or cook, or to the terrace to, just see the, sunlight.
Yeah. Have there been any like, because I was reading some stuff on like Italy and like New York and stuff, every day at like 7 o'clock or whatever, they go outside onto the streets and then they like cheer the health workers or whatever. Or like, like there are videos of like police cars driving in Spain, and then the policemen get out and then they dance for the residents. Is there anything like that going on in Nepal?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think anybody, like there's a lot of police. If there's anything happening with police, it's just that police is punishing people for coming out. So sometimes they're beating people, sometimes you're just like having them stand on the street for like 3-4 hours, It's like,
Wow. Okay. Just like
there's some very punitive measures happened. Like,
Yeah,
not,
there was a case in Malaysia recently. A girl baked a cake and then drove out to give it to her boyfriend to celebrate his birthday, and she got caught. So they ended up jailing her for 7 days and fined her like 800 ringgit, which is like $200 US.
that's sad.
Yeah. Are most people in Nepal like actually abiding by the lockdown, or like, are people like trying to find ways to get around it?
Some people are definitely trying to find ways around it, but overall, lots of people are abiding by it, except like some like at during sometimes in the mornings or sometimes in the afternoon when they have to do grocery, but everyone comes out during this similar times.
Yeah.
So like to buy food and buy vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just it. But except that, most of the people are definitely staying in. Yeah.
And when like everyone comes out, is it like the same level of population density as it used to be, like of people moving around? Much less?
No, much less, much less.
Do you guys need to like show a permit or something, like to like prove that you like can go outside? Because in Malaysia, right, if the police, they if you come across a police roadblock, you have to show like a utility bill or something to show that you're not traveling beyond 10 kilometers from your house, right? And if you move beyond that, you actually need permission. So like, I mean, in Nepal, you guys don't have, I know you told me before, you don't have like addresses per se, but like, you know, like at that time, like does your entire family go outside, or like one person goes out?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a need for a permit.
Yeah.
If like you have to go beyond like a certain distance, then you definitely need a permit. And like for example, the press, the health workers, and some essential supply who are supplying the essentials, they are already provided with the permits through their local authorities. That's how it is operated. So except those people, other people are not allowed. That's why if anyone is moving around with a permit, then they're punished.
Okay, so like for like daily stuff, daily essentials, like what, you guys go to like the shop across the road, or like or like you go to like Batani?
Some people like go to because Batani was open, like open still, but it's like limited. You cannot, like 10 people only can go in at once. And like if your home is close to Batani, people stop at Batani. For us, we just shop at the local shop here, local mart, and like try to find whatever we want there. So shops are open during certain times of the day, except Batani. Batani is open like
all the time,
regular hours.
Yeah. Okay. And like how are like the local businesses doing in Nepal? Like,
I think everything is shut down.
Shut down.
Nothing is in operation, as far as I know, except for like places like departmental stores and that supply the groceries and daily needs and medicines, your pharmacies, hospitals, and departmental stores. That's it. Nothing else is open. No guitar shops, no
recording studios.
No recording studios, no, nothing like that.
No bars, no clubs, nothing, no restaurants.
Bars and clubs, clubs, gyms, yoga studios, I think they'll be closed for some time now.
So Tamil must be like dead quiet then, like Tamil must be super and like no one's around.
Yeah, Tamil is definitely, I think, I mean, I've not been there.
Yeah.
But it is very bad.
Yeah. Dude, did you color your hair? Is it still green or is it another color now?
So it was purple.
Okay. So you
you
dyed it purple after I saw you in Nepal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what color is it now?
It's just faded to, I don't know, greenish, blondish.
And are you letting it grow out? Or are you going to shave and go bald?
No shaving right now. Maybe just trim it a little bit, color it again. I would enjoy this hair as much as I can.
You know,
Well, I
Auntie Ui,
yes.
Mrs. Ui,
Yeah.
she shaved her head. She's bald.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
So Mrs. Ui is bald. Cynthia is bald as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cynthia.
Kelly,
There's two Cynthias, right?
the small one, the designer,
Oh, okay.
she's bald as well. And Mingwen is bald as well.
Mingwen didn't have much hair anyway.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. And Pastor Henry has the same mustache as you now.
Oh, is it right?
Yeah. I saw him the other day. He came up because he's been staying in KL with his family. So he came up one day to go to like a local village nearby with a Kechara soup kitchen, and they were giving out food to that community there. And they had to get a special government permit to do that. So on his way back down to KL, he dropped by KFR to like collect some of his belongings. And when I saw him, same mustache as you. Yeah.
I guess it's good for him, I guess.
And KSK has, I don't know if you heard, but the food bank, the Soup Kitchen food bank, it actually emptied out like 2 weeks ago. There was no food at all. So they actually had to put out an emergency call for help to get more donations in so that they can actually distribute it, because they're saying that a lot of people, I mean, I think you know, a lot of people are out of work. So they're having to rely on the soup kitchen and the food bank, and a lot of NGOs are also making requests of them. I don't know. I'm sure it must be similarly tough in Nepal, right?
I think like there's people that I know that are helping people, helping daily wage workers and those who cannot have access to food, get their meals. So there are definitely people trying to help, but it's getting more and more difficult day by day because everyone has limited resources, right? So that's what is happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people are definitely trying to help.
Yeah.
And people are chipping in. Some people are going for volunteering, distributing food. Similar like what KSK does.
In India, in South India, the monasteries are doing it as well. They are delivering food to people. Hey, so from your house, from your window, right? Can you now see things more clearly? Like, has the dust and the smog and the pollution all?
Yeah, definitely. Like, from the terrace, the smog is gone. We can see like basically the smog. There's no smog at all. So I read reports of the air pollution level finally getting to the green. So like all these years we were living in the red zone.
Yeah.
But right now we've finally gotten to green. So it feels good to take a breath of fresh air. Finally,
you don't actually have to wear a mask.
And it's so amazing, like with just like a few weeks or like 10 days, like 2 weeks of people not moving around, it can instantly clear up the air. So so amazing how nature works, no? Like years and years and years of pollution, and still it's totally fine. It'll be totally fine the other day.
Yeah.
So
but do you think it will continue after?
That one is pretty nice. Yeah.
Do you think it'll continue afterwards, or do you think it'll go straight back up again?
Definitely it will up. We'll be back in the red zone in time. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, how many cases are there so far in Nepal?
I think somewhere around 20, a little bit less.
What? No way!
Yeah.
Wait, 20 deaths or 20 cases?
20 cases.
What?
I think there's no one that I think there's one person that died, or there's no one died.
Wow.
It's very good. Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. Then I will go on.
This lockdown is definitely a successful idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But is it like 20 confirmed cases? Or like, is it possible that there could be undetected kind of clusters and pockets, that kind of thing?
I mean, like there definitely can be more cases are that are there, but so far the ones that have been that were suspected to have corona and were tested, just 20 of them. I don't think it's even 20, so just those many people have tested positive, so it's good.
Oh, I know, I'm so surprised / impressed / like happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Is it
It,
going up, or is it like kind of like that's it? Like it's just the government's just making sure that it doesn't go up at all.
no, it's not going up like and at it's just like going up like one person per 2 days or 3% for 5 days, like
Oh my
just
god.
like very sporadic. It's
Yeah,
not increased at an exponential rate,
yeah.
so which is good. It's just a few people, and most of them uh, they were back from India, so it's it's most likely they caught it from India and not from within.
Yes.
So like the transmission within the country is the chances are much lower,
Mm.
because they came back from India and they were checked, and that's how they were positive.
Right. Okay. Because in Malaysia, I think like we've just, if I'm not mistaken, we've just hit 5,700 cases, something like that. And I think 96 deaths. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in comparison to some of the other countries, like I'm shocked every day to hear the figures coming from the US. It's like 700
Oh yeah,
cases. I'm like, that's nearly 1 million people. It's insane.
and the surprising part is they are still protesting that they want to go to the barber, they want to go to the dentist, they need I don't know, they need to do their makeup, whatever it is. It's very ignorant.
It's I found that quite interesting, like the cultural difference there, because when we were given permission, like I think 2 weeks ago, to go to the barber, like everyone unilaterally said we don't want to go to the barber because, like, there's this fear of transmission, right? It's not like the barber's going to change the razor blade or clean it every time he shaves your hair, right? So like if he accidentally uses the clipper on one guy who has COVID, and he'll transmit it to the next person, and so on and so on and so on. So like basically everyone was like, no, going to the barber is a bad idea. And the next day after it was announced that we're allowed to go to the barber, the announcement was rescinded and retracted, and they were like, okay, you guys don't go to the barber anymore. So like our people are like saying like we don't want to go outside, and then there's like a complete cultural difference of people saying no, we want to go outside. It's totally different from Asia.
That's yeah. I just checked, by the way, and Nepal's stat is like 49 people,
Oh,
but I think half of them have recovered already. So,
wow.
yeah.
Well, that's really impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
and especially since Nepal doesn't have the same resources like Korea or whatever to like test and
Yeah.
treat and all that. That's really impressive.
49 people, like no deaths.
Yeah.
Two in serious conditions, and some have recovered,
Right.
and some are recovering. So yeah,
Oh, that's really good news.
it's such a strange time to be living in, whether you're affected by it or not affected by it.
Yeah. No, it
Yeah.
really is. I think just it's going to be a very, very different world when we all get out later.
Yeah, I
Everyone
wonder what it.
super hygienic.
Yeah, I wonder what it'll be like. I hope that people change for the better when we come out for this. Like people, because like this is a very unique situation where we can actually learn more about ourselves, and learn that we cannot always stay in this bubble of like, no, whatever I can do, it will already always exist there, it'll all be fine and stuff like that, and you'll always have to be careful about these things. Like, be careful about your hygiene. Be careful to like to enjoy everything that you have while you have it, because like tomorrow it might not even exist. You might be like this. You might be dead. You know?
Overnight, things change so quickly. I think
Yeah.
I was telling someone else, it felt like we were on this trajectory of like being incredibly selfish for a really long time. Like it was all like capitalism, like, acquire as much as you can, and like really just full on exploiting the world. And you're getting all this bad news about, like, the Amazon burning, Australia burning, and all of that, right? And then suddenly everything just stops. Like no one is allowed to be quote unquote like selfish. You're not allowed to be selfish, because if you're selfish, you end up killing somebody else, right? Everyone just has to like cold turkey stop and start thinking about how to protect other people around you. It was like all these memes that are saying that, oh, Mother Nature sent us to our rooms because we were being naughty. I was like, oh, it really does feel like that.
Yeah, it does actually.
Send us to our rooms to think about what we've done. I was thinking, I was thinking like, oh, it'd be nice to go on a holiday, after all this is over, like, I don't know, go to like the States or whatever, right? And then I was thinking, no, actually, I'm a little freaked out, because if I go there, I don't know like which states actually like went all the way with the lockdown, who like, like it's just this like fear, like you don't know what is still lingering there.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe not such a good idea to travel immediately after.
Yeah, but to be fair, what I think is immediately after like this ends, there'll be a like huge spike in people taking holidays, like huge. I'm like, I don't think people can wait to go out, this is too much, and people, I think there'll be a huge spike. But I'm like, as you said, I think it's best to avoid certain countries for a while now. I would not like to.
It seems like Nepal's pretty safe at the moment.
Yeah.
For
us, definitely. I will definitely try to go to the mountains when this is over, just for a trek or something, because there's no reports of it in the mountains, and it's very. It's been secluded already for this many days, so whatever virus was there has already been, hopefully everything is gone now, gone by then. It will be gone by then. So I definitely will planning to go for a trek, like even if it's for a short trek. I will not stay here at all.
Log off. You're gonna log off from everything.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get some editing done before you do that.
Yeah, definitely I would. And also, by the way, this what month is this? April. So I was thinking maybe next year we could try to I could try and come there if it was possible. Yeah. No, I don't think this year traveling to other countries is very safe. Because I'm like, even if it's not about when I get there. I think when I get there, it's totally safe, but it's more on the way, If it's when it's open, there's already a chance of more people mingling with each other. So I don't want to be in that like risky state. But next year, I'm thinking that maybe next year, I want to come there, and this time maybe for a bit longer, if that is okay.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
I would love. I miss it so much. I miss being there. I miss talking to everyone. It was such a good 2 months for me. I learned so much, and it has shaped my thinking so much during like that 2 months. So I would love to be back there again. Yeah, but I don't think this year.
No, I mean, like Rinpoche said, you're always welcome back whenever you want to come back. And Rinpoche did, suggest that you stay longer next time. And of course, there's always going to be a place for you here. But on that note, I would agree about not coming this year because of the whole lingering thing. Like you said, on the way there, I mean, like China's seeing a resurgence of cases, right? And they were supposedly like they already won the war on the virus. So
but still people are like, there's new cases every day.
yeah, yeah, I wouldn't, maybe not this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also like, because of Rinpoche's advice of me coming back there, and like having to stay there for a while to get me a little bit disciplined, you know, get hold of my emotions and whatnot. So I think I will do that next year, and it'll be a good time then. But no,
Well, we can discuss timing and all that later. I mean, everything,
yeah.
like even now, like just planning what you're going to do in like June is already so difficult, because you don't really
Yeah. I mean, like, but right now, all you can do is like plan and hope,
Yeah.
I want to do this, I want to do that. I've been trying to like plan when I go out. I want to do a trek, and I want to like go to the studio. Then I will come to Malaysia. That's what I've been thinking.
Yeah. Like I planned with a friend to go to Germany in August, I think, for a cycling
Oh, okay.
day. So we were planning to go through the Black Forest, right? Yeah, that is obviously not happening now.
I don't think anyone is going to Europe anytime soon.
I don't want to go. Even if I was paid to go, I wouldn't go right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like we had planned, we've been talking about it like before, right? Before all this really kicked off. And then I was doing research and everything. And then I was like, yeah, I was very confident. Yeah, by August, all of this will be over and we'll be fine. We should start making bookings and everything. And now as like time passes, I'm like, oh, so stupid. So stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year sounds good. I mean, obviously we've moved office, so now we're not in Dewclaw anymore. We're in gift building, and
What is in Dewclaw then?
So Dewclaw now is a dining area and residential area. So after the plan before the MCO, before the MCO was actually to convert it into a public cafe. So it was going to be called Magada Sangmo, which is named after Rinpoche's first incarnation. So it was going to be called Magada Sangmo Cafe. So now, obviously, that's on hold because of all this. But after the MCO was lifted, we will actually be converting it into Magada Sangmo Cafe. So like they've done the menu and everything, and like sauce stuff and all that. They were like actually ready to open, and then this happened.
And so people will be coming there to eat like a regular cafe.
Yeah. I mean, because that was something that KFR was missing, right? Which is like after you finish puja, after you finish class or whatever, where do people go to hang out? So it wasn't really conducive for them to like sit in the temple and talk. It echoes, right? And then you can't sit in the shop. Gift building was like a giant storage space. There wasn't really a place for people to like unwind and gather. So that was something that Rinpoche actually wanted to create before Rinpoche passed, was a gathering space called Magada Sangmo Cafe. So that was the plan for Dewclaw, was to give people the ability or facilities to actually come together. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very nice idea though. Yeah. Like especially after puja, people like want to sit down and talk and eat, and like discuss whatever is happening.
Yeah.
So that I think that is a very great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mrs. Uy will be very happy because there'll be plenty of people for her to talk to.
Yes. She's very funny. I always think of her like when she's always making jokes and
Yeah. And she's doing very well. I mean, she's like very strong and everything. And it's nice because like it's not like Pastor Henry was telling me, that he's got 1,000 square feet of space in KL, right? And like over here we have like 37 acres. So like, if like we're ever like kind of like anxious or whatever, frustrated, like we can walk around the land and it's fine. Like we're not really going like stir crazy, so to speak, because we actually have space to like blow off steam.
Yeah. Also, like it's a very it's actually a very nice walk around the around the area, no? So it's
You would know.
it's not like you're walking around in like in the middle of the street. You know, it's such a nice flowers. It's springtime, flowers are growing, and there's always statues of like Buddhas. Like in every step in every direction that you move. So it's always good, and especially the walks there. I mean, like I would love to walk. You know.
You say that, right? But I was told that there was a guy in France who was actually training for a marathon, and he couldn't. Obviously, the marathon was cancelled. So to complete the marathon, what he actually did was he ran on his balcony, which was like 7 square meters or something, and he walked 26.2 km. So he just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until he finished 26.2 km, which I think was like incredible. You should definitely do that in your room. Do it in your room.
No, I do that actually. I walk around a lot in my room.
Yeah.
In my like, even when I'm doing like the class or when I'm like trying to do something, I try to walk around. But I'm like, you cannot have. I don't have the patience to walk back and forth for 6 kilometers. It's too much to ask.
Rochak 26, 26.
26. Ah! I cannot even do like, I don't know if I can do 2 kilometers. I walk, but I cannot walk to that extent.
Yeah.
Like, and feel like I'm going nowhere. It will make me crazy though.
Hey, have you been writing new music?
I've been trying to, yes.
Oh, okay. And inspired by the current situation? I mean, your band's name, right, comes from that previous situation.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, it's not directly related to anything that's happening right now, but it's definitely related to something induced by this, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, just being in lockdown, talking about lockdown in the song feels like such a cliche thing to do for me. And I would want to avoid that as much as possible because I think people are doing that enough already. And I'm just like trying to let out whatever I'm feeling so that I think about it, and I'm like more like last time we talked, I was feeling very, very off. I was angry at my bandmates, and I was like irritated at what I was doing, and that made me like try to write, and I wrote like very dark things, and then something came out. So even if it's not any up to no good, so I just like keep it aside so that it's already out, and I can now focus on other things that are in my mind, and that's how I've been approaching it. Definitely, I've been trying to write, but not directly about the lockdown or whatever it's happening right now, but definitely what I'm feeling during this moment, which somehow definitely relates to the situation right now as well. Yeah.
You know the poem that you composed and offered to Rinpoche?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you try putting that into music? That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Like a bhajan type thing, you know? I mean, not specifically. I'm just saying, you know, that kind of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, you really have the lyrics for it, pretty much, right?
Yeah. That would be nice, actually.
Do you still
that
have
would be nice.
words to the poem?
Sorry?
Do you still have the words to the poem?
Yeah, I should, because like it was in my email. I sent it to you to print, no?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still have it as well, so I can send it back to you if you need.
Yeah. I think I have it in the email. Yeah, and a few days earlier, I was also reading this.
Okay.
This that gave me, finally I got around to it.
Yeah.
was reading some of the poems here,
Yeah.
and there's some by the people also. Like you have one, Pastor Nero has one. So yeah,
It's quite dramatic. This one, the wretched one. I think it was
to save wretches.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, something about wretches I remember.
Yeah, I think what I like most about the series of these poems is most of it is very short, but very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it. Like some of it is on the longer side. Like for example, like a letter to the Lama, and some ones are a little bit on the longer side. But most of it is fairly like maximum it's one page. So and which is easier like consumption, but it's a good read to think about it again and again. You don't have many things to think about it. It's just a few things and it makes you think about it. This is this. So it was good to read this.
Before the MCO, a few months before that, we actually did a class. We call it class. It was a one-off, but we went through some of the poems with some Kecharians, right? We had a gathering of sorts and a discussion. And in the lead up to that, so every class was 2 pastors leading the class. And in the lead up to that, me and the other pastor, we were preparing. So we were going through the 3 poems that we had chosen. And even just between the 2 of us, like for one poem, there were so many ways to interpret it. I think we took like 3 hours to go through one poem. And even then, we're like, no, like, I think it's this way, And after 3 hours, we're still not done. We're like, yeah, well, I mean, your point of view, And when we actually had the class, so Lee Kim had said that, she felt, I think 1 hour or 2 hours would be sufficient to go through 3 poems. And even then, at the end of an hour or whatever, however long it was, I think it was an hour, but at the end of it, we still haven't got through half of a poem because there were like questions and like it was a book club of sorts. Yeah, so it was interesting to see that how one piece can have so many interpretations based on how people relate to it. Yeah.
I really miss also among the things that I miss. I really miss the Thursday blog reading and discussion.
Oh yeah.
That was always very insightful for me. And we talked so much about we could ask so many questions, and it was like everyone was gathered and everyone would be, why is this, why is this that, and
Pastor David and Pastor Nero are doing like a talk they take turns. So like Monday will be Nero, then Tuesday will be David, and so on. And like they're doing it on the Kechara Facebook fan page. So you can go and ask all your why questions there.
I think it'll be nice to ask. Every when is it? When is it?
Every night 9 p.m. So it should be 7
p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask them your hardest questions. Like that question you asked about the flowers and why you love flowers.
Yeah.
I still remember that. It was at Bentong Walk.
Yeah. That'd be nice to ask a few questions. Yes.
What's going to happen with Kekane? Are you guys going to resume? Are you able to resume after all this?
I hope we are, because like we're in kind of dire straits actually, to be honest. Like we've managed to finish most of our budget already that we had, and in paying the, like, of course, like it was just like the first 3-4 months that we had started, and we're still in loss, but the losses were decreasing, which was a good pattern. But now this month or two, a month of non-operation, it will lead us to like there'll be charges of rent. We'll have to pay pay salaries to our employees, and and we'll have done no business. So most of our budget will be almost like we'll be on our edge. So I mean, like, we'll definitely resume it, because like there's no point in closing it down just because you know uh, this happened, because it has happened to everyone. So we hope like when this opens, or even if it loosens up a little bit, we can get permissions, because we've asked permissions twice, but we've been denied, and like they said that we are not essential right currently. And I'm like, we don't want to pick a fight with them right now, because like it's not efficient in the longer run. But after it loosens up, we hope we can get permission, and we can, even if everything doesn't open up, at least we can run, because like ours is a minimal contact delivery system, no? So I hope they can understand that, and we can, I hope like when it loosens up a little bit, I think we can go for it. But right now, no one is being allowed to do like food deliveries. So,
okay. Even like
just like basic groceries and veggies and oil and salt, and only things like that.
Okay. And your landlord like won't give you guys a reprieve on the rent or anything like that?
Nah, that guy is very greedy. Only thinks about it.
Okay.
I'm talking garbage about him right now, but if he manages to like even give us like 20-30% discount, I think he will do us a big favor.
Yeah.
One thing, and it'll come as a huge surprise, because I don't expect it at all. I'm like, he has not even let like 5 rupees go yet.
Yeah.
So once we had to pay him just example, once we had to pay him 1,005 rupees, and then we said we gave him 1,000 rupees, and he said, where is my 5 rupees? It's like,
wow. Okay. You found a very precise landlord.
yeah, let's call him that. Precise, yes.
Precise. I mean, I would have thought that, in the long run, it's better not to lose you guys as tenants, right? Because after this, it's not exactly going to be easy to find new tenants to take up spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot move out also. So we'll see when we can get back to normal. We'll try to negotiate to get some of the rent discounted. I hope we can do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not very optimistic about it though.
Yeah. Well, hopefully tomorrow you guys will get some good news.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's good news if it's open though. So that's the problem there.
No, I mean it could be good news, like you say, right? They loosen restrictions for and they allow a wider group of services to start operating again. It could be loosening even in that, right?
Like, yeah, that would be perfect for us actually. Like we could work, but still not be afraid of the virus. So that would be perfect actually.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, like last 32 days has been like filming. I think when this is done, I'm just so not used to it. I'm gonna sleep for a week. Just like bye, turn off everything, and see you guys later.
Wow. Yeah. I don't think I have the capacity to sleep any more than I've already done.
Hey, why don't you do live streaming of? We talked about this, right? Like live streaming performance. Like all these artists are doing their kind of live.
I did one last Saturday. I did it. I tried it.
Yeah.
It's very weird to sing to your phone though. People messaging you, but it's very weird trying to talk to people that are not there.
Yeah.
And like it's not even you chat, it's like chatting to your phone.
Yes.
And your phone replies.
Yes.
It's very weird. Very weird. And I've been asked to do some more. I might do one tomorrow, but I'm not very up for it. And I've not decided yet whether I will actually go through with it or not. I've half agreed to the person,
Yeah.
and I will make my mind up tonight if I really want to go through with it, because like it was very weird. I tried it, but I don't know if I'm the person to do it. I don't want to talk to people just like, hi, hello guys, how are
Yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. Completely understand. Just like picking up the phone and like having people around, but just picking up the phone and then talking to the phone to record myself doing stuff. It feels really narcissistic, right? It's like, oh,
yeah, that's
now, and you're just like, who cares? Right?
yeah, that's what I think exactly. It feels like uh, uh, I'm as if I'm someone important to do something like this. It's so weird to do it. Like, now I will show you something in this is very weird concept for me. So
There's this internal dialogue going on all the time when I'm filming, and I'm like, people don't really care about this. People don't really, why am I doing this? And then I think, oh, wait, no, I'm doing this because Bengkui asked me to do it, and Bengkui's really, really nice, so I'm doing it for Bengkui. But, oh God, it feels really weird. I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? And it's like, oh, 32 days later, I'm still doing it. Oh my God. Oh, this is really like,
I
strange.
totally get the feeling of like, this is totally my having my ego boosted. I'm very special, and I will do this very special thing for you guys who are very miserable in your homes. feels like it feels like I'm saying that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know if that is if anyone is thinking that. I'm sure they're not, but it still feels like it.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I actually feel okay about doing it is like when I'm sharing something that Rinpoche taught me. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, this makes sense, right? Because it's not just a way of spreading it, but also a way of recording something that Rinpoche taught, right? And if all of these things are in my head and it's not recorded down somewhere, at some point they may be lost. So, I'm okay with that. But like, I don't know, there's some other things. It's like, oh, okay, well, I will film. I like filming Buddha statues and stuff, and like the land and all that, because I know people miss seeing that, right? People miss coming. I mean, you mentioned you miss being here, but like, I don't know, just filming with myself talking. It's like I still can't really figure out where the camera is, so my eyes keep like going left and right because I'm like, wait, where am I talking to? Am I looking at the screen or looking at the camera?
Yeah, I understand. Like, do I look at the screen right here, or do I look at the camera right here? It's very, very weird.
So should I be looking at you while you're talking or looking at the camera? And if I'm looking at the camera, fine. Now I look like I'm looking at the person who's watching the video, but I'm not looking at you. And it's weird for you. God, so weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure that people will get used to it, but like they get used to it over time, but I'm completely not used to it at the moment. Yeah. I mean, they work, like, it takes 3 months to develop a new habit, right? So hopefully by the end of 3 months, I figured out how to vlog properly.
I think you'll be a verified YouTuber by the end of these 3 months.
No, no. And even if I am, it's like, okay, I'm not going to use this account anymore. But it's all, we actually started a new Kechara account. We actually have a new Kechara YouTube channel, which we didn't have before. Okay. So all of the videos that like Niral and David filmed with their teachings and stuff, and then JP with his guided meditation and like even things like how, I don't know if you like how to make dalgona coffee, how to wash your dog, how to roll mantras and all these things. All the videos are up on that YouTube channel.
Well, what is the channel's name?
Kechara. Okay, what I'll do is I'll send you the link to one of the videos, and then you'll be able to see the...
Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Send it to me in WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that your ringtone? Birds chirping? Do you miss birds that much?
It's my normal ringtone. I've not changed it. I like this. Okay. I find it. Let's subscribe now. Okay. Cool.
So that's something that we started like almost at the beginning, like a week into the MCO. But it seems like everyone's going online right now. Everyone. Okay, I actually have to go because there's some other stuff that I need to take care of. But it
Sure.
was actually really nice to talk to you, even if it was for this filming thing. It was nice to talk to you anyway.
Yeah. It is always nice to talk to you. It's very nice.
And this Zoom thing is pretty interesting.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me do this. And it's always nice to talk to you. And I hope everyone is well and doing okay there. And please send my love to everyone. I miss everyone. I miss Kechara. And I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.